Now, you worked with Conan, I believe, at Starrcade 90.
Did
I think so. You don't remember the match. I was going to ask you about the match, how'd it go?
Conan, I have a hard time with that boy. He wants to be in a different position than what he's at, and his abilities won't let him get so far. Not saying that I'm anything, but he's careless and he's reckless. And if you're going to be careless and reckless, then you're going to have to take whatever comes, you know. If you're going to go out there and potato guys or get rough or something, then, you know, hell, you know, I'm going to do the same shit. So, if there was a 10 most guys that you most definitely didn't want to work with, he'd be one of them. Just classic styles, and he's lazy and don't really care for the guy either.
Were you there when Eric Bischoff offered all the guys the release if they wanted it?
Yeah, I was there in the meeting. It was he asked Conan, and that's when Scott Levy stood up and he singled out a few guys, because a lot of guys, you know, everybody's got a better way of doing things, but nobody, you know, okay, well, kid, then do it.
Right.
You know, if you got a better way, do it. You know, and I respect Scott because he stood up. Bischoff singled him out. He said, "If you ain't got a problem, you leave," and he got up and left. Conan, on the other hand, put his tail between his legs and hid in the corner. And some of the other guys stood up and said, "Hey, you know, I was wrong, whatever." Levy was the only one that stood up and said, "Okay, I'll leave." He took what happened, you know. Respect the guy for that. You know, but Japan's worked well for me, so I'm fine with that.
And I think it was like the final Nitro you worked with Conan. It seemed to be a little stiff, was it?
Tried to beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
I knew it was the end. You know? And he was, you know, he'd hurt Luger, you know, hurt his bicep, and he had hurt a couple other guys, you know. And I called a couple things in the ring, and he didn't do it. He didn't get it. He didn't remember it. He said, "What? Fine, I just fuck this. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him." So I just pounded out of him.
All right.
You know.
Who did you enjoy working with the most and least?
Well, you know, like Sting and Lex, Arn Anderson, Tully, you know, the guys like that. Simone's were fun to work with. I mean, even Simmons and Butch Reed were fun to work with. But you know, like some of the Vader was hard to work with. Conan, worthless. That's, you know, if you brought some names up and said, well, this guy,
right,
I might be able to give you more guys, but on the top of my head, I really, you know, I pretty much worked with everybody. You know.
Who was the most creative guy you ever worked with?
Probably Hase over in Japan. He'd come up with a 20 or 30-minute finish. You know, you have to, oh my God. You know, it was just something coming, you know. In the States guys that, I think Sting was pretty creative. Trying to do different, my brother's real creative. Doing different stuff. Yeah, I enjoy, back to the other question, the Nasty Boys were great to work with. Probably the most, though, I'd say, is probably Hase and, you know, Japanese office type guys, my brother and Sting, pretty much.
Has anybody ever tried to double-cross you in the ring at all?
Yeah, there's been a few guys tried to. There was a guy over in Japan, his name, that old guy that had the head in there, used to hit his head on the ring all the time. He was showing his name was Joe. He was with
Fujiwara?
Yeah, Fujiwara. I went over there, one of the first times I went over, he tried me and set that straight. I think with everybody knowing my brother and I wrestled at Michigan, it kind of you know, guys kind of were a little leery. And if they did, you know, it would just go at it, you know.
Right.
You know, I didn't care. So I never really had too much problems.
What makes you the most angry about the business today?
Young guys, these new guys coming in, there's no respect for the business. I mean, if you look at just different scenarios, take Japanese office. The company's respected and kept respect for the business. They treat it as a sport. Over here, they bastardize it. TV. Every guys get mad and they want to tell everything. And I guess the biggest thing is just the young guys. Just no respect for nothing. No respect for the older talent. Once they're old, they think they're old. There's nothing left that they can get out of it. And they think it's a bunch of moves you put together in a ring and you come up with a match, and it's not. It's psychology and a bunch of other stuff. And I think that's another main reason we're in the shithole we're in. All these guys think we just put a bunch of moves together. I mean, you ask about WWF. WWF, like I said, used to be 300-pound plus guys, characters, guys do shit, flying snookers, whatever. Big guys. If you didn't care about wrestling, at least you'd see these guys in the airport and say, "Hey, that guy does something." Nowadays, this Y2K guy, Jericho, and some of these other guys, I mean, I think Vince is just missing the boat. Some of these, and it's showing in his ratings. I mean, I don't have nothing against Jericho or anything. I just don't think he deserves the position he's in. And I don't know if that's jealousy or what. I don't know. If I could have a chance to be in the spot, I probably would too. But I just think a lot of things have changed with the new guys. It's kind of killed it off.
Did you think your brother was going to be as big as he got?
Well, I had no idea. I know he changed his look, and I think that was all good. I think we both had the same amount of chances of doing, getting to where he got. The only thing that I have a problem with is the other piece of shit that came in from New York.
Russo. I think when Russo came in, and this is where my brother and I have a problem. Russo was friends with Jarrett. Right.
Jarrett's good friends with my brother because they're all buddies. Now, my brother and I are a year apart, age. So they singled all of us other guys out as being the old guys, being old, being done. And that's when Russo gave my brother free reign to do whatever, and Jarrett free reign to do whatever, and brought these other guys in to do free reign to do whatever. And my brother didn't stick up. My brother didn't say anything. Hey, let's do something with my brother. Or, hey, let's include my brother. He's only a year behind me.
Right.
But he could have said something. He didn't. So my brother, I have a problem with my brother. I've told him about it several times because I saved my brother's ass about 4 times. Bischoff wanted to fire him when he got in a fight with Page. They wanted to fire him when he did the thing with Flair. And,
right. Promo.
Yeah. Promo. They wanted him gone. And at that time, I built up a relationship with Eric where we got to be good friends. And he called me out and said, "Man, they want your brother's released now." And he said, "I'm doing everything. What do you think I should do?" I said, "Well, he can do something good for the business." I said, it was all the time out. Well, he's your brother. I'll help him. And I helped him out 4 times. And then when it come time, my brother switched around. He never said anything to Russo. He said he thought it was better for me to stay home. But while he was collecting all these big royalty checks and stuff, I'm saying I'm getting nothing,
Right.
Just getting my pay. And I think something could have been said and been done different. And I really hate. I don't have anything good to say about Russo. I think he was. My true feelings. I think he was a plant from Vince to come down and just destroy the whole thing.
A lot of people said that.
I think I don't think he had one good idea. He didn't have one good idea that I've seen, and I think he's the biggest piece of cancer the business has ever been around. There's been some guys that come in, like Dusty Rhodes. Not Dusty Rhodes ain't cancer or anything, but a lot of guys had different ideas and different ways of doing stuff. But they used everybody. If I may hate your guts, but if you can make money for you, Vince. Even Vern Gagne. If he didn't like you, but if you can make money, he used it.
Right.
And I think Vince Russo didn't give a shit. He had his guys. He was going to use them no matter what, shove them down your throat. And I think he was the beginning of the end.
What are your thoughts about what went down between Hogan and Russo at the Bash?
There's just more shit. Russo shit, you know, non-respect, no respect for a guy like that. I mean, you can walk down a airport concourse. Let Hogan walk down and let Russo walk down. Who are people going to recognize? I mean, Hogan's been out of it. He's old. He's washed up. He can't move. He can't do shit. But God dang, there got to be something you can do with a guy that's got that much still notoriety.
Right.
You know? And it just got to be a personal vendetta. You know?